was really busy. And I have to say, I kind of lost the joy. I lost the joy in a lot of stuff I did. I lost the joy in my writing, in doing this. I found myself chasing like trends and stuff. The stuff I was always talking about I wouldn't do, I did. And so I just, I took a time out, and this was good for my job, for the job that I make money with, taking care of kids. And this was good because that's quite a demanding job, and it's getting crazier. We're like, I told you about this. We're two supervisors for almost 50 children now, and it's crazy. So yeah, that needed my attention, and it still does. It's still a thing I can grow with. I feel like, but I had to. I don't know if you. I think a lot of people have this, especially. You can track this on YouTube as well. When a channel all of a sudden vanishes, I think they're in the same pickle as I was. Like, what am I doing here? Is this what I'm supposed to do? And then you think about what does that mean? Supposed to do? Do I believe in fate? Should I? Do I? I needed to find the joy, and I have to say, I'm still in the process of it. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the vacation, but really pilgrimage I made to London, to the Iain McGilchrist event, The Future of Humanity. I think that did a lot. That really, I was sort of confronting myself on a new level, and that's good. I learned a lot. I'm getting better. I'm getting seriously better. Not like talking about it and doing good for a week, and then falling back into old habits, doubting myself, not writing, not being productive, and then having I have these bursts of productivity, and then I fall flat for a while. Now, this wasn't really in that period. I lost. It wasn't like October when I last uploaded. End of October, November, yeah. And there was a lot of stuff happening. I wouldn't say that's not productive, but I certainly had these spikes, always, of like writing a lot and really believing in it, and then it doesn't take off immediately, and I lose faith. I don't want to lose faith anymore. So that's, yeah, hey, that's good. See, this is the reason why I enjoy doing this. I learn stuff. Like, yeah, that's it. I lose faith all the time. So that's why I'm reading the Bible right now. Yeah, and I don't see that in conflict with the tarot or mysticism or stuff like that. I see a lot of parallels, beautiful parallels, and I'm reading this beautiful book right now. I'm finishing it right now. I'm on last 2 chapters or something, called Soil and Soul. I already talked about this also, but I'm finishing it. I'm actually, almost through it, and the same, he also talks about this beautiful marriage between Christianity and old pagan Celtic beliefs, and how these interweave into something, beautiful, really. So, yeah. I'm not one of those. You might have noticed that Christianity is on the up and up, right now. It has a sort of a revival. And you see I get a lot of YouTube videos in my recommendations about, that with headlines like from New Age, occult witch to Jesus believer and stuff. And they are interesting stories, and they're really interesting stories. But I think, you don't have to demonize one completely, but on the other hand, I can see why. I just watched some of those videos, but I can see why some really fall into this, I would call it left hemisphere vortex of mysticism, of, like when I say I overthink stuff, that's what I mean. I'm like, when you're chasing the tarot cards in a way of like, what should I do, and you're asking, oh, should I have Chinese food day or Italian? I don't know. Let's ask the tarot. That's not it. That's not it. And if you do that with, I think that's why I really came to love prayer, because it's not about really, as well, it's this weird mix. It's like opening up and kind of trying to get a resonance with this, whatever it is that is, everywhere in the air. You can feel it, and I think love is a beautiful word for it. It's always there. I don't know. And so in prayer you're trying to sort of get in touch with that, and then yes, sometimes ask where should I go, where am I headed, but it's not like the specific narrowing down. It's I don't know. I had this experience. My dreams were deteriorating for a while because I was mixed up. I didn't really have any rituals around me. I didn't really do anything to heal that. I sort of kind of thought that they're coming back. My rich dreams that I'm used to, I have to say, they're coming back. When it's time, I'm gonna get the message. But no, I think you really have to do something for it. Yes, sometimes a dream can shake you out of it, and it comes out of nowhere. But I found that as I was practicing prayer, that my dreams were healing. Like they were getting more clear, and I was getting answers, rich answers again. And it's always, not every night. I mean, last night I was drunk, for example, but no, there were a couple of beautiful moments in my dream, but it was a bit more, wild and a bit more random, you could say. I don't know, but yeah, the other ones, when you're really concentrating and you're not so much. I do the same thing with the tarot. I'm not really asking a question. I'm not really specifically asking, should I write another screenplay or a book, or I'm really sort of putting my struggle forth. I'm concentrating on the struggle. Like, I don't know how to move forward now, and then I don't know. I trust it. I have faith that something comes back, and it does. It really does. It's great. I almost said it's crazy, but it's not. It's totally sane. It's totally sane, and I recommend it. Especially nowadays, it feels like, I don't know. I said this during COVID. I always had a hunch like this is a test. This is not it. This is just like the test phase of what is about to come. And I don't wanna. When I say this, I'm not talking about, all the awful things and war and stuff, but just like the psychological, the space, the sort of, the split in community. This weird. You're either on this side or on that. This, and I feel this again right now with all of the stuff that's happening politically, and you hear so many points of view that are a bit too sure of themselves, and I'm sure they all have something to say. That's right, but some of them are just too. You can hear it. You can hear it when you're talking with someone and they don't have any tolerance or even any, when they don't want to let you speak at all. If they just hear that you're kind of not on their side on a certain subject, they shut off, then you're an outsider, an outcast, and you're not allowed to speak. That's the kind of stuff that's the kind of stuff that during COVID was very tangible, and it is now again. It's like too many subjects are taboo if you want to make friends, and that's bad, because I think you make better friends if you're a bit I don't know, if you can tolerate a certain amount of different viewpoints. It seems so obvious. I don't even want to talk about it, but here we are talking about it. So well, yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna trust this. I'm just gonna trust this feeling that when I wanna turn on the camera and the microphone, that something good will come, and I'm not gonna try to chase it. And the algorithm thing, man, it really gets to you. It got to me, at least, and I just have 200 subscribers I'm really grateful for that. I really am. But in YouTube terms, it's, you're nothing with 200 subscribers. I don't think I am nothing with 200 subscribers, but a big channel is like way more up there. So you gotta think about that stuff. I think now at the grassroots, that it doesn't get to your head when you're rising in the algorithm. If it happens, I don't know. I don't want to force it. I don't want to try to, I'm really, and I don't want to even talk about it, because then I'm not doing it, right? I'm just talking about it. Yeah. I have some money to spend, and I almost spent it all on a new stereo system. I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger. It's a great system, and I love music, but I think I'm gonna be a bit more careful with it, and instead buy a membership for the Iain McGilchrist channel. I saw, I really recommend it. It's not that expensive, or you can at least subscribe to the newsletter if you're interested, and there are a lot of great interviews about subjects like, what I was talking about, this weird, like, split in our civilization, and but also, like, beautiful themes. Matthias Desmet said this in the last interview or conversation they had, which I watched last Tuesday, that he believes we're on the brink of a metaphysical revolution, and I think that's what you can call it. Iain thinks also that it's a big change is happening, and I also believe that. So yeah. Yeah. So have faith. Whatever it, if it's Buddhism or whatever talks to you, discover it. Try to really, not just. It's not a utilitarian thing. It's not just like, oh, it's comfortable to believe in something. No, I think it's really. I think you have to, in something. Yeah. Atheists always say, it's just about the good of human beings, and well, okay, then believe in that. Then believe in the good of the human being, the condition to preserve it. That's a good thing, but that's also a belief, So anyway, let's not get into that right now, because it's complicated, and I'm feeling like this is good. This is vibing out right now, so I'll leave it at that. And couple of ideas, and we'll see each other in the next one.